G'day, friends and fans. Welcome to Tabletop News. I'm your host, the author David Applegate, author of the book, The Boyhood of Cade, book one of the Empire of Elves. Before I begin, I'd like to ask a favor. Take a few moments to like, share, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. And if you'd like to go the extra mile to support the channel so that I can turn this hobby into a living and, of course, increase production quality, check out the links below. My books are in my link tree, and of course, please consider becoming a patron today. Now, first up is the bundle of holding. This is, of course, people know this. It's my favorite site, and it changes regularly. Now, most bundles are between 2 to 3 weeks. Some are more, some are less. Depends, really, of course. But what we have here, is the first package, first of many, 11 books of the modern day Cthulhu mythos espionage, Delta Green fiction. Now, the Delta Green Fiction Library comes in at $9.95 for a complete bundle. And you get 11 fictional anthologies: Alien Intel, Dark Theaters, Denied, Down in the Delta, Renditions, Court of the Yellow King, Authorities, Failed Autonomies, Through Glass, The Way It Went Down 1 and 2 from a variety of authors. Total retail of $61. So you're getting the price of 11 books for the price of almost one. Next, we have Ars Magica 5th edition from 2014 from Atlas Games. This is the ideal entry point for wizardry in mythical Europe. Highly recommended. It's really a shame there aren't that many around, but there's still a number of channels, I believe. I wish there were. I'm sorry. No offense to D&D players, but I wish people would play other games as well. Quite frankly, I get it. People want a common mythos. Now, the starter collection is $14.95, and you have a bonus collection. Now, this was revised in 2016 with more magic and other packs released in the following years. However, in the starter collection, pay the minimum, get the Ars Magica 5th edition handbook, all you need for RPG in the lands of myth and magic in mythical Europe. From Atlas Games, 240 pages. Covenants, everything you need to bring your home to life. Covenant is the home of Magi in the heart of Ars Magica saga. It is not just your base camp. Its prosperity is your prosperity and safety of those who live there. There are many challenges that shape the saga. Now, this includes new booms and hooks and a variety of other new rules on governance based on determining wealth, and of course, rules for libraries, enchantments. Oh, geez. I'm sorry. House of Hermes, twin lineages. The backbone of houses is the Order of Hermes. However, within these hermetic houses, there are magnus there are various magnus of the house. And of course, there's a master relationship. There's a master-apprentice relationship that goes back to the founders. Now, this also deals with the history of the lineages of these houses, and of course the rules for original research, unique forms of magic, new virtues and flaws, and goes into the 4 houses in rich detail. Apprentices, the backbone of every profession. Everybody starts somewhere. Even the mightiest Magnus started as apprentice to all the way back to the founders who sold their souls or whatever lore or myth you subscribe to. It's Ars Magica. Back to whatever dark powers they did dealings with. Now, of course, it's Ars Magica. We didn't deal with the devil. It was Hermes, I swear. But of course, it's open to interpretation, is it not? But the covenant itself is strange. It's vague, literally on purpose, and it's all over Europe. Its members can crop up anywhere. The covenant itself is surrounded by dark and strange mystical powers and inhabited by young wizards. Of course, the world is changing. Now, since the debut, Atlas Games has offered a number of free record sheets, all available on their website. And of course, these are reprinted from any source and thus reflected. They're scrambled. But yeah, these are freebies from Atlas Games, and there's more on their site, which is great. Now, bonus collections, Beat the Threshold and Level Up. Now, you have the House of Hermes, Mysterious Cults. What are they? Well, they're within the order are secrets incomprehensible to outsiders. However, amongst the four cults, there are various magi, some of whom have dark secrets to hide. Others just want to hoard secrets to themselves. And initiates have the potential to unlock these secrets. Now, House of Hermes societies, wizards have shared interests and philosophies. They have various societies, various organizations, and you have these are usually within each house. London Lee, a Normandy Tribunal source book, the Broken Covenant of Calais, a first adventure updated for 5th edition. It's not just any first adventure, it is the first Ars Magica adventure. Now, of course, you have Tales of Mythical Europe, 9 short adventures for 5th edition. Next, we have More Magic. And it too has a starters and a bonus set. Now, with this, again, you pay the minimum and get the mystery. So, secrecy is power. Now, of course, there are mysterious cults beyond the 4 houses in the Order of Hermes, and they keep their secrets from others, revealing their knowledge one piece at a time to those who undergo grueling initiations. Now you can walk the path of mysteries. Revealed to all: alchemy, to seek to thermagists, become gods, achieve immortality, astrology, divination, augury, and more. Magic, including the mysteries of dreams. Hedge Magic, the source book of non-hermetic traditions, revised. This is an update to the original. Hedge wizards beg to differ, of course. What is that all about? Well, as you know, the Hermetic Society believes that they are the undisputed masters of might and magic. And of course, the Hedge beg to differ, and they have their own traditions, and they can be allies or antagonists to the different houses or to your own covenant. Now, there's scholarly magicians all over the folks. These folk witches ply their trade in villages Elementals control the building of blocks of reality. There are curses, Nightwalkers, and, of course, rune wizards. Ancient magic, fertility fetishes, and more. Past sorcerers with powers that dwarf the current magi. Hyperboreans who cast spells that lasted generations. Necromancers of Canaan who can summon the dead. Rune magic, a brush aside magic resistance like cobwebs. And of course, these are all stories that circulate within the various covenants of the order. So seek them out, young wizard. There are 9 lost traditions out there to be found, all over mythical Europe and beyond. How far will you go for ancient knowledge? Now, bonus collection. Level up, and you get rival magic. How long can the order maintain its illusion of superiority? That's right. The house is supreme, unchallenged, and all other magicians are hedge wizards. Perhaps may be interesting to research, but their power is no threat. We swear, of course. Ha! There are rivals, and they may actually, to some extent, more powerful. The Amazons, the Augustian Brotherhood, the Mispelli, and the Sicarian sorcerers, all quietly looking nervously at the expansion of the order. Of course, Hermetic projects. Want to construct a volcano lair or build a tower to the heavens. Perhaps you want to achieve immortality. As a Hermeticus, it's a goal, man. You want to control winds with a word, beasts with a gesture, create a forest in a matter of moments, and destroy castles with a mere thought. But no secret is safe from your investigation. So what do you do with all that power? You build, of course, the most magnificent covenant inside a volcano or a tower that touches the sky. Enchanted ships to sail any ocean or even in the clouds. Collect magical beasts from across mythical Europe and beyond. Or become a deadly opponent in the wizard war. Perhaps you may even cheat death itself. What wonders will you create? Now, the tales of power. Great power becomes great stories. Within every house, there are great stories. No place in mythical Europe too distant, no barrier can keep them out. What magi keep closeted in their laboratories? There are far-ranging stories, 5 in all, of powerful magi. Another visit to hunt. Plenty of challenges. Transforming mythical Europe. You have the power to change Europe itself. Magi can replace black-breaking labor, typically found in the medieval world, without even changing much about the use of magic. However, Magi's could upend society, making themselves involved in everyday problems and the politics. But of course, Magi typically avoid such activities. They know the risks involved. But you're a dumbass. You're going to upset the status quo because you can. Next up, Wizards and Power. From 2017 for Ars Magic and 5th edition, you have the starter pack and bonus collection. Pay the minimum price and get the realms of power, the secrets of the abyss, magical auras, and the mysteries of magic itself. Magic, the divine, the infernal, and the fey. Magic was once most familiar, yet is still alien. It's a source of power for the Hermetic Magi, but it cares nothing for human concerns. Despite the indifference, creatures and places of magic are drawn into the lives of the Magi, and members hunt for this, familiars, covenant sites, and the mysteries of the magic realm. There are rules for playing creatures of magic within as characters or antagonists, virtues, spirit, emotions, fire-breathing dragons, fire-breathing mice, elementals, untouched by human hands, and of course, the dead. That is, the Walking Dead. Everybody loves a zombie! Don't be necrophobic against the dark. The Transylvanian Tribunal on House Tremere. Between two empires, the richest rule Hungary, and his nobles are restless. And the Teutonic Knights who guard his borders, however, they don't want overlords. There's another small kingdom, and they play east against west, tolerating their heresy while they search for freedom. Here they find dragons, vampires, and of course, to the east, the storm gathers. This is the Transylvanian Tribunal, where a lord need not sue authority for his land. The Order of Magi rule openly. Here in the heartland of House Tremere is a new order waiting to rise. The Sundered Eagle, another tribunal, and it's Byzantine politics. This time, Constantinople, ravaged by bloodthirsty crusaders, has sunk into depravity and ruin. Ancient magical bindings maintained by our relics are now broken, unleashing beasts and demons to roam the land. The Magi, the Tribunal, and the supernatural patrons maintain the peace. Well, they try. They are divided between the Titans and the Olympic gods, even now stirring in ancient temples. This is the Tribunal of Thebes, Theban Magi and covenants who ruled by the democratic principles of ancient Athens. Now level up and get the bonus collections. The Realms of Power, the Heavenly Realm, and Earthly Followers. The divine encompasses the highest and most sublime of powers in mythical Europe. It gives strength to the great faiths, and of course is the source of their domination and through countless miracles. It houses the heavenly host, which gives sanctuary to saints and other holy spirits, rewards the virtuous and the followers of the true faith. And this gives you all the rules about saints, demons, angels, miracles, you name it. Did I say demons? I meant the various dominions of the various faiths, yes. Saints, angels, and miracles, yeah. Within their dominion, not demon, dominion, sorry. Now, the realms of power, the infernal. Now we get to the dark side. Demons corrupt the people of mythical Europe. They take on attractive forms, but seek to drag all humanity down into damnation. No matter the nation, the creed, the race, they are the true enemy. Be ready to fight with sword, spell, and faith. Covers the manifestation of the evil ones. The infernal gives rules for creating demons and examples of every order, plus rules for human characters caught up in the infernal. The Fae, the folk and their influence. Must not call them by name. They are the good neighbours, the fair folk. The gentry, do not call upon them or draw their attention. If you do, they'll draw you into their stories, which no mortal survives unscathed. Stay away from the dark woods. Respect your superiors and what society expects, or the fairies will come for you. Now, these are the Fae of ancient Europe who draw vitality from mortals. Some are vampiric, who steal vitality from blood. Others draw it from garlic placed over doors to keep them out. Some are the Fae dragons, live by varying nights and feast on the fear they create. Others exist to be defeated, drawing vitality from the victory. But afterwards, dead dragons and the defeated take on new roles and continue the story. That is the power of the Fae. And Guardians of the Forest, the Rhine Tribunal, the first of them all. The birthplace of the Order of Familiars, mythical Germany. The Northern Holy Roman Empire is diverse. Landscape magical and fairy forests, patchwork of magical realms, prince bishops with dukes and merchant guilds vie for temporal power. This is the land of the Nibelungern, the heroic conquests of Charlemagne and Frederick Barbarossa, the splendor of imperial cathedrals, the curse of the witches, and the wild hunt. Perfect for beginning the Magi saga. Now, Faith and Flame, another tribunal. Romance, love, troubadours abound. They write songs and sing like nightingales, echoed by they sing songs echoed by nightingales and fairy. Listen to the lost songs and the disagreements and so forth. This is a provincial tribunal far from united in their response to the crusade. They're just trying to preserve their lives and culture. Even the Magi get bound up in the lives of the troubadour. Now, the Fallen Fame is a scenario for 12 to 24 players for conventional play. Systemless for veterans, but can be used by those who have not played before. Can be run in an entire afternoon. You don't need a full 24 players, but scenario works with fewer than a dozen. So the scenario won't work with fewer than a dozen. It's a story. So, meaning the recent actions of the Tribunal of Fame, and you work out the politics. You play the roles of the intending Magi. So, it's a LARP. Are those familiar? Next, we have Mythical Europe. Now, from 2018, this is a supplement again for Ars Magica. Starter pack and a bonus pack. Now, the starter pack is an introduction to Mythical Europe, giving knights in shining armor, lords of men. Undisputed rulers are the nobility, the highborn who are bound together by sacred vows of loyalty. They're supported by the land, and in turn they support the church. Lesser nobles compete for favor of their superiors, while great nobles seek the loyalty of underlings. We're not distracted by the politics of landholding and war. They hunt the mundane and the magical beasts of the forests. Rules for nobility in ancient Europe and tournaments. The church, bring the faith together and bring your faith to life with a local bishop or a guard served by priests, monks, friars, all sharing the communities. The church touches every aspect of life and every heart. Even the Magi must contend with the church and trust it with the salvation of their souls. This is the Western Church in Ars Magica, City of Guild. Welcome to the town. In the 13th century, towns and cities were growing rapidly all over mythical Europe. Now, this is actually a true life event. During that 13th century, the temperatures rose we saw grapes, vines growing all over. The cold retreated to the far north. It was only most of Europe didn't even know much, hardly any winter. And winters were mild, summers were and seemingly endless. And during this time, the population actually doubled. Towns grew at a massive rate. Once forests were now, covenants that were now in forests now stand within sight of city walls, and regions that were once cut off from the world are now frequently visited by traders from distant lands. Cities offer great opportunity. Carrefour's emergence provide everything the covenant needs by the covenant surplus. Some covenants are well established within towns and small cities. It provides backgrounds and facts of life in medieval Europe. Art and academy. The Order aren't the only scholars and artists in mythical Europe, and there are now universities and other centres of learning. Doctors can cure many illnesses, preserve the health of their charges. Natural philosophers can manipulate substances in a way that appear magical and gain hints into the future from the stars. The natural laws of mythical Europe are different from our world, many strange, and there are those who now understand their secrets. This is the academic life of mythical Europe. Level up and get the Magi of Hermes. Go beyond the expected. Everybody knows what the various houses can do, but with these new rules, you can go further than you have before, adding new depth to your characters. The legend of Hermes, never complete, always present. Now, the Order has always stood out, whether brilliant or stubborn, you pick. But the tales are there to be told, and there are powerful wizards who've left legacies behind. And not all is fully uncovered. There are 5 such magi from across history to research, with treasures waiting to be found by the living. As the title stands for itself, there's nothing but trouble within these pages. You have well-developed adversaries for use in your saga, Grogs. Now, Grogs are the spear carriers. Even they live lives that could perhaps become a mighty legend. And of course, there are rules for dozens of developed characters with various abilities to assist your characters in their quest. Hey, spears aren't going to carry themselves, right, fellas? Next, we have Worlds of Magic. 2019, Globus, another sourcebook collection from Ars Magica. We have the starter collection and bonus collection. Now, the starter collection gives mythic locations, 10 intriguing story locations, plus truffles all across. Places of supernatural power to be discovered, cursed land, forests, healing baths, fallen temples, all across mythical Europe. Now, the Cradle and Crescent. Travelers from the east, beyond the shattered Byzantine Empire, the Crusader kingdoms of Altamir, where sorcerers ride carpets and whirlwinds, jinns worship and trade openly in the great cities, and fire is the sign of God. The travelers speak the truth. Head into the Islamic lands of mythical Arabia and the lands beyond. The Zotarians still exist and call upon the divine power. Scholars in various libraries and schools that dwarf the young universities of Europe. Now, these are taking on the characteristic of the Arabian Nights. These are not just stories, these are everyday happenings with the rich tapestry of adventure, all to your own liking. Bryce told tales. Now, the 3 stories within. The life of Magus is long and distinguished for that reason. Often the sagas span years, and you have far-reaching consequences. These lengthy sagas take work And this is simplifying the rules for creating such stories. Hooks, 8-story hook lines. Now level up and get the contested island. The mythical islands, once home to peace, where supernatural creatures were welcome in the hermetic tribunals. Mutual respect maintained said peace, but no more. English magi have come to reform the old ways. Mortals and magi struggle to find balance in the new political landscape. Lands of the Nile, melting pot of various religious beliefs, many gods. This is Nubia, Ethiopia, and Muslim Egypt, sorry. Treasure hunters came to plunder the ancient tombs. There are, of course, much darker concerns, such as the Nubian pyramids and corpse magic. Stroll the streets of ancient Cairo and become a tomb raider and learn the details of corpse magic. Land beneath the sea, mythical Africa, lands of mythical Africa where Magi comes anew. Merchants, scholars, the streets and cities of Rome and Carthage await those who are brave enough to explore them. Here, beyond the reach of the Hermetic Order, any Magi can find a new life, hide from their past in these welcoming lands. Sail to Marrakesh, fight pirates, learn the ancient amulet magic of Sikut. And of course, there are other story seeds within the pages. Through the Aegean, 5 covenants, different tribunals, a good saga. Covenants at the center of the good saga. Sorry, easy stories to add to any of your own adventures. Of course, a collection of 5 covenants with different tribunals, with a saga around them. Dies Are. This is the way the world ends. Even the greatest saga must die. The day of wrath. Culminating story for your saga. 4 chapters sets out major world-ending events for the destruction of mythical Europe. Each threat has its own story ideas, mechanics, and suggestions for outcomes. Yet in the darkness, there's a thin layer of light. Each chapter offers a variety of means to save or at least survive the aftermath of the Doomsday cults who wish to bring around Ragnarok. Of course, hey, I thought this was an RPG, not real life. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These I have all 6. So I have 7. The Third Age Mega Pack. Now this is the 13th Age role-playing game, a mega bundle with 19 rulebooks and supplements in all. You have the starter collection and bonus collection. The 13th Age is huge span. Now, these are former D&D. These people worked on D&D, right? Took the best parts of D20 and created new rules for. Now, these were designers of third and fourth edition D&D. Now, I don't particularly care for 5th edition. I do like 3rd edition, and I actually was a huge fan of Advanced. But however, I played Basic for a long time. All I had was Basic for a long time. I had 1st edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, like piles. Wish I kept them. Don't know how many would remember the monster sheets. It came in monsters came in little bundles, like a dozen monsters, and you put together in a big binder. Eventually, they released separators, and they added different lands, and I think there were over 30 monster packs in all. Although it depends where you were, because there were like bundles put together. Now, all tools you need to make unique characters. And you have your own monsters and exciting, all you need to fight across the different ages. Now, new heroes, new legends, your world. Now, with the 13 ages, there are different ages. It's a world of adventures in what's called the Dragon Empire. Powerful individuals are known as icons, and they pursue goals that either preserve the empire from chaos or send it over the edge, right? So the heroes, matter of perspective, of course, new agents, your world, you fight how you want and for whom you want. The empire is full of strange magic, chaos, death, power of key, and you're got to find your own way. Right? You're a druid, mage, occultist, necromancer. You can be an assassin. You'd just be a treasure hunter. There's adventure, new monsters, devils, metallic dragons, were-beasts, etc., all contained within the pages. No, bestiality. 200 new foes for the 13th age, and 13th age bestiality 2, more monsters. Another book of loot. Yeah. Of course, once you defeated your monsters, you loot them. Then, of course, loot harder. Once you've looted your monster, loot the lair. Book of Ages. Those who fail to learn from history are going to be eaten by it. It's called 13 Ages, but you're in the 13th age. What about the previous 12 ages? Well, that's where your treasure comes from, buddy. They all collapsed. Now, here is the chronology of past ages and its wealth and legacies. And, of course, the lairs that trouble current day. The crown of axes beneath the blood-soaked sands. This is a secret that could topple the empire. Notice this is an adventure beneath the sands, beneath the arenas of the capital city. And, of course, you have the resource and Game Master Screen for the 13th age. Level up, and, of course, you get Book of the Underworld, who can resist the dark lure. The empire is vast. It is mysteries abound. But, of course, as well as adventure and treasure, there's death. The lands of the underworlds, the Underland, kingdom of what lies in the kingdom of the dead, the mighty dwarven city. Rallying point for war to reclaim the Underhome. The silver folk and their underground icons. He who spins in the darkness and weaves threads of joy. Of course, the threads of malice, the Drow Fort, and the four kingdoms of the mechanical sun, the forgotten gods of the gnomes, magic, monsters, treasures, and more. Rules for traveling in the underworld. And the Book of Demons. Well, you have chaos, so you're going to have corruption, flame, and slaughter. Rules for demons, of course. Eye of the Storm, another adventure, a big one, of course. This again, the Stone Thief, most ancient and cunning of its kind, a vast monster that preys on cities and structures you love, swallows them and remakes them into more death traps. Now it's hunting you. You slay, loot, and survive the deep in the bowels of the earth and destroy this threat forever. Now, of course, Shards of the Broken Sky. Flying realm has crashed. Do you loot it? Do you save it? Up to you. Elven Towers. Discover the secrets of the Elf Queen. The Shadows of Eldaran. Adventures for first level heroes. High magic and low cunning. 45 battle scenarios for 5 icons and maps. The Crown Commanders. 40 more battle maps. Fire and Faith. 36 more battle maps. And Diamonds and Shadows. This is a campaign to find and dispose of a dangerous gem. This is another one I wish more people had play. Now, Pro Fantasy, those in the know Pro Fantasy. There's a well-known map program. Easy to use, hard to master, but it's an amazing piece of software. If I had a bigger machine, I'd definitely be looking at pumping out a few maps here and there. But alas, I need some money. I need some help, please. I need to raise money. I'm setting aside money every month, of course. I'm trying. It's easier, of course. I want to turn this into a living, but I can't without your help. There is no way. Have you seen how much ad revenue people get now? It's ridiculous. Social Blade is claiming people are earning $17,000, $15,000 a month. That's not true, folks. That is just not true. Even if you took into account withholding, people aren't even earning a quarter of that. And that's before withholding taxes. You see any of the big channels, they always tell you, people keep saying, oh, you must be earning a lot of money. And that's just not true. Ad revenue, that I don't know why they're working off old ad rates, okay? So please, enough with the DMs asking how much people earn, because I don't know. But people I've spoken to, when I tell them, oh, in 6 months I earned $10, they would say, that's a lot. And I'm going to say, what? But you're a much bigger channel. I say, if they favor you, yeah. If you don't favor you, you only get, because ad revenue depends not on how many subs you have, how many viewers you have, but recommendations. Oh, it's just so crazy. And you really don't want me to ramble on about ad revenue. I'm just saying, Pro Fantasy, it's an amazing piece of software. It's a Windows mapping program, but you have the campaign cartographer, 3+ symbol sets, and the Tome of Ultimate Mapping, and of course the Designer Collection. Get digital maps of the Pro's Fantasy tutorials, style packs, symbol sets, and maps collection. There are 5 DRM-free program titles in the collection, retail value of $140, and the templates with symbol sets and the Tome of Campaign Control, beautiful campaign maps for games and everything else. Symbol sets to increase your ads. Now, it is for Microsoft Windows. It's the fastest and most powerful map making program out there. It is the best, without a doubt. It only takes 10 minutes to create a base map. That's how you can use it for private or commercial use. It's all DRM free. That's the kind of maps you make right there. You find a size, go through the various titles, use its symbols, and just draw 6 symbols. Click, 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 click. Edit the coastlines. Bam, you're done. Symbol sets, add more symbols to your maps. Remember, it all goes, and you can start drafting CAD style buildings. Tome of Ultimate Mapping, a guide, an actual guide to mapping. It's a 710-page PDF with over 150 megabytes of support files. My little laptop would just scream and fall over on that. Now, let's level up. Get the Dungeon Designer. Hey, if you're a D&D player, boom, dungeons. Click, 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 bang, bang, bang. Entrance, secret entrance. Or your little lava for the tunnelers out there. Nice little lava trap for the tunnelers out there. City Designer. Now, this is the one I need, a City Designer out there. Fractal Terrains, build a world. Conference Annual 2022 and Treasury Tokens Monsters. Now that's it for Pro Fantasy. Now, quickly going over the rest. Whoops, sorry. Why are you? From Dreamplot, we have the Kickstarter campaign for Captain's Log. Anybody got a spare 100 to give me, please? Captain's Log, all the stuff, seafaring adventures. Awesome. Hey, just the digital collection alone would be awesome. Secret Dragons, another awesome. Oh, this is an awesome program. Playable Dragons for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. And of course, Pathfinder. Forgettable. Perfect as unforgettable adversary and player characters. Make your next PC a character. And there are stretch goals already reached. And yeah, look at the campaign. Amazing. Of course, there are 5 days to go on this one. HellForge Press. These guys create props for various props. Check them out today, Etsy store, and of course the Patreon of Raakdos, creating maps for players to use. Now, of course, not only do you help out the channel, but of course I have my own RPG Patreon. Behind the scenes, I'm working on stuff, of course, for this all the time. You can join free, 7-day free trial, and level up. You get access to, here we go. You get information on future fantasy, my setting in the distant future, elves in space, basically, and level up as a knight. And not only do you have my great increased appreciation, you get access to artwork. And that's all we have today. If you have anything you'd like to add, please and thank you. Comment below. Appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you all for coming. Please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to go the extra mile to support the channel, buy a coffee mug and other items today, 10% off. Consider becoming a patron of the channel and my writing. And of course, like I said, I have a second Patreon for RPG material based on my writing. Speaking of my writing, the book links in the link tree in the description below. And of course, you can make donations to the channel today. Please and thank you. I humbly request your support, and I will see you